guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Hulk issue 7. And before I start talking about this issue, just want to give you guys a couple updates. Of course, I have Comic Uno episode 197, and that's show where I review all the comics I read this week in one show. So if you'd like, go check that out. The exclusive comics for that show will be in the description, and the episode itself will be there also. And a little update that next week I will not have Comic Uno episode, but I will be back on track the week after. I will only have a few comic reviews next week. Now, moving on to Hulk issue 7. So Hulk I've been really enjoying. You know, I really like the focus on Hulk's slash Jen's trauma here. And now we're going into our second story arc, and still dealing with a lot of those issues for Jen is her trauma and her dealing with her trauma. Gorgeous cover here. We get to see Jen as Hulk, and I like the new style of Hulk, that she's the gray Hulk and has these physical scars you see, especially paralleling her emotional scars she has received. And then you see human Jen in her eyes, so some really nice detail there. Moving on to the interior artwork, which it is a new artist, and I like the new art, and I like the previous artist too, because I like the simplicity of it. But here we get to see some more detail in those facial expressions, which I think is needed for an emotional storyline like this. So overall, really like the art change. But let's see what's going on with the story. So with this issue, we get to see, like I said, kind of a new arc coming through, and Jen is still dealing with her trauma. She's in trauma club, and you can tell with small moments that Mariko Tamaki writes into the storyline that Jen's not really completely ready to deal with her trauma. I like the little lines of her kind of judging her trauma peer group members, saying, oh, well, I'm nothing like them type thing. And we also see like a really cool line of what's a good cry, because Jen really hasn't cried about what's happened in the past and really hasn't dealt with her feelings, and is using the Hulk to try to let out her frustrations, which is probably not the best way and most healthiest way to do so. So the first step, I would say, of her kind of accepting herself and her new situation is her conversation with Hellcat, a person that she's been pushing away since the beginning of the arc, and she finally opens up to her saying, oh, you know, I don't know what I am. I don't know what type of Hulk I want to be or what type of person I want to be. I'm kind of just taking this day by day. And one other coping mechanism she has is watching these cookie videos. So this ties into a much stronger villain arc compared to the first story arc, which I enjoyed, but the weaker aspect was the villain storyline. And here we get to see something a little bit closer to home for Jen, where she sees one of her favorite chefs online turn into this Hulk creature because these two camera people have this devious plan to do so. We don't really know why they're doing it, but as the arc continues, I'm sure we'll learn exactly why they want to give this to the chef and what motives they have. So that was the end of the issue, which once again connects to Jen's current situation of not being able to control her Hulk, but also, you know, something that she's been dealing with her emotions with this cooking show is connected to the villain storyline, which I really liked. It's kind of like a throwaway line in the first issue. It's like, oh, she's watching these cooking shows, and now it's playing a bigger part in the storyline, which I like. So overall, I really enjoyed Hulk this week. I think it's probably one of the best issues we've seen of the series so far. A series I've been enjoying because I think it's a very interesting psychological story and a different type of story for Jen that is both not just a story for She-Hulk, but also Jen Walters, the human form of Jen Walters. So I like that aspect of this series. So overall, I'm going to give this issue 4.5 stars, and this is my pick of the week. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there are links for my comic book, Like Father, Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father, Like Daughter. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.